Group 1 racing at Sha Tin on Sunday with the City Hong Kong Gold Cup, the feature. This is the race-by-race preview. The Lally's back to give you some selections throughout this preview. And obviously we kick off with race number 1 on the A+3 and all 10 races are on the turf. 1 o'clock start time for the opener. Kimberley goes to the 2000 for the first time. Romantic Fantasy is a last start winner, carries an extra £3 for it. Circuit Blazing jumps up from the 1400 to the 2000. Special Hedge comes out of that very fast run 2000 metre race last time. Management Folks has had 2 trials since we last saw him. Jubilation, he's a winner course and distance off a rating of 41 in Starship 80, won in Class 5 last weekend, 7-day backup and goes up in grade. Special Hedge, Paul will be hoping the pace is more good to slow than what he was involved in last time.
Yeah, they went quick, didn't they? Look, Jubilation, we'll probably try and get across and see if we can join him in the front there. Pakistan Friend likes to go forward. Kimberley's up in distance from barrier 1, so he should get a nice run just in behind. Darcy Joy can slot in there as well. Circuit Blazing went back on his debut run, and Forever Folks and Starship 80's been going back as well.
He sure has. As we go back to winning form at Happy Valley, Romantic Fantasy, who comes out of that fast run race behind Special Hedge. He's able to lead here as we pick up the replay. Paul, Jubilation on the outside, but they're coming back in trip by a furlong.
Yeah, they are coming back. Now, Romantic Fantasy's only had the 3 starts, and he did improve a lot when he stepped up to 2,000 metres for the first time with that third behind. Nicholson returns. He ran well on this race. He just held on nicely. Sharp and Bright had been a race rival in the start before. So, look, I'm going to include him. I think 2,000, looking at that, it's probably long enough. I know he did win over 2,200 metres there.
That's our first replay. Second one features Kimberley running 4th. This again at Happy Valley over the 1650. He carries 131 pounds, draws nicely from the 2,000 metre start point 2 of barrier 1.
Yeah, look, I quite like this horse because he's downgraded. He comes into Class 4 for the first time. He's up to 2,000 metres. Now, don't forget he was a 2-time Group 1 winner, this horse, before he got here in South America. So he is more than capable. He's drawn barrier 1. He's going to get the perfect run. I think he's going to get every opportunity in this race.
Good report for Kimberley. And our final replay is last weekend, Starship 80 winning in Class 5. He's a fair way off them turning for home here. It was a lovely ride from Carristeet and saved all the ground through on the inside, but the way he wins this, the extra distance looks a bonus, doesn't it?
He does. The class is the worry for me. He's 9-zip. He hasn't even run in the first 4 when he's come up into Class 4. All his winning has been in Class 5. He looks a different horse when he comes up in grade, and he's a fat track bully here. He keeps winning all these races, but Class 4 worries me a little bit with him. So as such, I'm going to leave him out.
Okay, distance good, but Class 4, the factor, the worry there around Starship 80. Who do you like?
I'm going to go around the top of the book here. I'm going to go with the top one here, which is Kimberley, 2-time Group 1 winner in South America before he got here. So he's on top. Total Power has won off a high rating. He's won off 58. He's now down to 56. Darcy Joy will get a nice run, 3 back the inside, and Romantic Fantasy, a last start winner. So 1, 3, 4, 2.
It's as easy as race 1, number 1, from barrier 1. Kimberley for Paul to win the first at Sha Tin. Race 2 is a Class 2, just a field of 6 to go around here, and it's over the 1,600 metres with the golden scenery at the top of the weight. Super Sunny Singh just keeps having bad luck in his races. He does have barrier number 4 in a small field, but he raced wide last time again. 7-day backup for Attala Bagil after winning over the 1,400 last weekend. Fantastic Treasure comes back in distance, and Sweet Encounter carries 14 pounds less than what he did when running second behind California Voce last time. Just a field of 6 here, Paul, so Sweet Encounter's likely, with a light weight, going to get a very easy lead.
Looks that way. Look, he's been going back in his races, but all these horses get back. There's no real leader. There's no leader in the race whatsoever. The Golden Scenery's gone forward in the past, so I think he's going to be the closest to him. Then Fantastic Treasure, Spirit Express, Attala Bagil, and Super Sunny Singh, he's the one that generally goes back. But he's not going to be too far away in the small field from the leader, I wouldn't have thought.
Attala Bagil is our first replay. Again, just going back to last weekend, he was very good. That was 1,400 metres, the distance of that race. He's had 2 starts at the 1,600 for 1 win, 1 second.
Yeah, looks well placed over the 1,600 metres. Will he get the race run to suit? That's just a little query I had with him. But look, it was a nice win from him. He's backing up. He's obviously done really well since this race. So look, he's got to go in the numbers. There's no question. And he was brave here, I thought. He went through the gap when he needed to. And it's was almost half pie closed on them there, but he managed to get through and win nicely. So he's a horse in good form at the moment.
He is, and got away at the last little bit too when he did take that gap to score and score well. Our second replay features Spirited Express. He ends up running second from well back. The Golden Scenery ninth. And poor old Super Sunny Singh, there he is, just nothing going his way during the races. He was wide with cover in this, but he fades late, and the small field's going to help him.
Yeah, and look, the Golden Scenery couldn't get out. Super Sunny Singh kept them out in there about 3 times, so he lost all momentum, and it was absolutely no run from him whatsoever. So you just have to upgrade that on that on this particular one. You can see he's still not out now, and as such, just forget the run with the Golden Scenery. He's the one that's going to be closest, I think, to the horse Sweet Encounter, in the front. So he's going to get his opportunity.
That's a good report for the top one. What about the bottom one, Sweet Encounter? He's had wide draws his last 2 barriers, 13 draws in gate 3. 2-time winner course and distance, couple of seconds in there as well. Gets a chance to show a bit of form in class 2 this week too.
He's the only horse that's led in the past. And look, earlier in his career, he did lead or he raced on the pace all the time. He's been going back in all his recent racings. And as such, he's been hitting the line really strongly and racing well. I think they're going to have to change the tactics with him and go forward in the small field and try and dictate from the front. If they do, and then I think he's a big chance coming into this race.
Small field, where did you go?
I'm going to go with the Golden Scenery. Look, I think he's going to be sitting right on the pace, this horse. Now, the horse has run second off this rating before. He's more than capable. I think it's a good ride here for Ben Thompson. Sweet Encounter is obviously going to be the toughest to beat, and he'll try and dictate from the front. Atala Begil and Super Sunny Singh, just in there for 4th. He's just not going as well as he can. But I do like this Quinella 1 and 6.
The number 1 saddlecloth for Paul to win the opening 2 races at Sha Tin on the weekend. Third race is a Class 5 event, and this race is over the 1,600 metres. Dragon Pride is a 4-time winner in this grade. Little Fairy has the blinkers off and the visor going on. Superb Move, place 2 from 5, a course and distance. Go 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 goes to the 1,600 for the first time on the turf, has raced 1,650 on the all-weather. Get the Monies has the blinkers off and the cheek pieces on. Angels Hunters place 2 from 3 this season. Smart Beauty's found form, and Star of Glory has won twice over the distance of 1,600 metres. Distance of this race that he is in on the weekend. Paul, Faithful Trinity leads, but his better form is around Happy Valley.
Yeah, it is. Last time he was at Sha Tin, he actually led, so I think he'll try and lead again. Superb Moves drawn inside. He'll get a nice run in behind. Star of Glory likes to go forward. Angels Hunters drawn wide, but likes to go forward. I thought Charmander will get a really nice run. Arthur's Kingdom back towards Go Go Go. He's drawn well, but it's got no early speed. Dragon Pride will go back. Little Fairy. It might have to be a little bit further back than he normally does.
Replay time, and we do start with Dragon Pride at the top of the book. He ran 5th last time. This was up in grade behind Beato, who runs in a later race. Only missed top 3 twice from 9 goes in this class.
Yeah, he loves the class. He's 1 of 40. He's 1 of 41 as well. So he's capable. He is one off the bottom of class 4, but coming into class 5, it looks ideal for him. He's got Jerry Chow aboard. He's got Barry Nines. He's going to have to go back. But look, this race here, when he finished off really strongly, was a lot harder than he's going to come up against here on Sunday.
Joyful Prosperity has placed 2 at Happy Valley since that race. He ran home well on a Wednesday night meeting. Second replay is Superb Move. Speaking of Happy Valley, he was in behind the leader, started the favourite this night as 2.6. He had every chance, but couldn't hold off the Warhorse Medical Elite, and then was nabbed for second as well.
Yeah, so look he's going to get the right run. There's no question about that from barrier 1. He can sit just in behind, and he's run some pretty good races when he's drawn wide. I'm going to put him in on a very minor line here because, as you say, he had every opportunity to win this race.
He did indeed, and our final replay has plenty of horses backing up out of this one. Smart Beauty, 2 good. Angels Hunter, 8th. Star of Glory, 6th. Charmander just had no luck from his draw, and Brother Pearl has finished down the track since, but he gets back to the distance of this race, 1,600 metres on Sunday. Yeah,
I think Charmander's going to be really tough to beat. He goes in the numbers definitely for me. And also Smart Beauty, he's found he's been a different horse since he's basically gone back, in his races. And look, he really poked through and just managed to win. But Charmander and Smart Beauty, I think, are really good chances in this.
He's due, Charmander, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He's the one to beat.
No, he is, but I've got one to beat him. I've got one on top of him there, which is Dragon Pride, the downgrader. I think he can win. Look, he's got to overcome Baron 9, but I think he can, and he's in the right grade, and he loves the course and distance. Charmander, you wouldn't begrudge him a win, though, because, as you say, he's due. Smart Beauty's running well and superb move. 1, 4, 12 and 3.
He's done it again. He doesn't go past saddle cloth number 1 at the moment, Paul Lally. 3 races, number 1 to win all of them so far. Race number 4 now, and there is a field of 14 to run in this one, the City Gold Handicap, and we have Master Stroke on the class drop at the top of the book, as is Speed Sword. Lifeline Express has his first try over 1,200 metres. Solid Charla, wider draw, placed at the trip. Fairy Horse on debut has had 5 trials. Soaring Bronco, first starter, he's had the 4 trials. And Yichong Raider over the page, he's had 5 ahead of his first start. Champion Instinct is a winner last time, carries an extra £7 for it. High Rise Power has the blinkers off. Crazy Treasure has the blinkers on for the first time. And E-Talent wears blinkers again in race number 4. Looking at the speed map, Paul, Lifeline Express leading up over Champion Instinct and Yichong Raider.
A lot of horses like to get back in this race. It doesn't look like a clear leader whatsoever. Lifeline Express steps up from 1,000 to 1,200, so I just wonder if they're going to be positive with him and go forward. Yichong Raider's led in some of his trials, and he's a debutant, so he's an alternative leader. He's drawn nicely on the inside. Soaring Bronco, another one who's shown a little bit of speed in his trials, another debut. And High Rise Power, look, he led in a recent trial on the all-weather, so maybe he's a possibility as well.
These trials have been very, very good, High Rise Power, but there is winning form around Champion Instinct. Nick spoke to Andrea at Zany to see if the horse can make it 2 in a row.
Andrea, it's a huge weekend of racing coming up, one I'm sure you're looking forward to. You do ride in the Gold Cup, but the horse I wanted to ask you about was in race 4, Champion Instinct, who you managed to win on last time, and he showed a ready turn of foot to go and score.
Yeah, he did actually. We had a good draw the last day. We managed to get a good position just behind the pace, and when I pulled him out, he travelled good into it, and when I let him down, he put the race to bed quite nicely. And I didn't win by far, but I think we're, first and the second, we're well clear for the third, so it did it quite nicely.
Talking of second, you rode him the time before, and he ran second, so I guess there was always that anticipation and sort of excitement with the horse that he could go in next time.
Oh yeah, he was been very, very consistent. Although he was still a maiden here, he was running. His last 3 or 4 runs were all good runs. So it was always going to happen for him to pop at some stage. And like I said, he won quite nicely the last day. I think the handicap blew up £6, which is only fair, and he should be competitive again on Sunday.
Yeah, form took a timely boost. Happy Fat Cat behind him, obviously, has won in the week as well. You're drawn 8, out a little bit from last time. How does that sort of compromise things, if any?
We'll have to see, because it might. We're not sure about the pace of the race. It doesn't look like maybe a lot of pace in the race, so we'll have to see what. Speaking with David and see what he wants me to do, but he actually showed a bit of speed at the gates last day, so hopefully we should be able to slide forward to get a good position, and like I said, probably him getting his head in front the last day would do his confidence a lot good.
Andrea, your traction continues at a pace here in Hong Kong. You've got to ride in the big one. Nimble Nimbus, of course, the horse you won on last time. Just a line on him. I mean, he's obviously got a bit to find with the leading couple, or the leading few, if you will, but he was a winner last time for Group 3 and deserves his place.
He definitely deserves his place. He's a horse that he's been pretty consistent all season. He was obviously a Group 3 winner the last day, and we're under no illusions that we're up against some of these horses. On ratings, we've got a little bit to find, but he has improved. I actually saw on him yesterday. He seems to come out of the race very well. I'm sure he's improved, which he needs to, and I can see him running the big race.
This is what you want to be a part of, isn't it, really, these big races? I mean, obviously, all the hype, romantic Warrior Voyage bubble, but just to be a part of it is obviously, what every jockey wants here.
100%, riding these Group 1 races, and although these big races, it's what it's all about, and, getting on these good horses, and like I said, we're up against it a little bit on Sunday, but he's never won a horse race or a 2-horse race, so, a lot could happen.
There's Andrea at Zany talking about the chances of Champion Instinct. We're going on now, Paul, to Lifeline Express running 4th. James McDonald actually rode him this day. He'll partner Packing Prospect in this race. More on him shortly. Beaten favourite last time, Lifeline Express, when 4th behind Panda.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do with him. From barrier number 9, will they press on and try for the lead? Will they try and get some cover? He's up to 1,200 metres. That was just a little query I had with him, just a little bit of an awkward draw. But look, he's definitely showed a good turn of foot here. He was just swamped late. Panda had that sort of fast lane on the inside there, and a couple came with him, and he wasn't too far away. So it was a good enough run from him.
And our final replay is Packing Prospect. Now, this is a recent trial. Ends up running fourth, but was asked to do nothing, and it goes to the line under a very good hold. He's had one start at Happy Valley. He ran sixth behind Life is Good.
Yeah, really good debut run from him because he missed the start. He was 2 or 3 lengths behind them, and he comes now to Sha Tin, the big roomier track, which I think will suit this horse. As you say, he wasn't really let go at all. James McDonald from barrier number 1. He's definitely going to get his opportunity. And look, it was a really nice trial from him. He didn't move, did he?
He didn't, just allowed to coast home under a tight hold there, Packing at Prospects. So that's a breakdown of race number 4, and Andrea's thoughts on Champion Instinct as well. Will he be too good from that inside gate, Packing Prospect?
I think he will. I'm going to go with him, the 6 on top with that run under his belt. So he's on top. The 13, Winning Heart, he had no luck at his last start. He was knocked about, and it was a complete forget. Prior to that, he ran a really nice 4th. Interesting booking with Zach Burton jumping aboard him as well. So I think he's going to get his opportunity. Yichong Raider of the first starters, his trial's been good. He's had 5 of them to get him ready. And High Rise Power, another one he's trialled a lot better in his last couple of starts. His form looks awful, 0-0, but the trials have been good. 6, 13, 9, 11.
That is the preview for race number 4. It will kick off the Triple Trio. This is a good field, race number 5. It's still a Class 4 race, but there's some promising types in this, and it's over the 1,200 metres. Holy Power, he's first up for the season. He's 1 for 1 first up. 4 trials, cross nose band comes off him. Must Go minus the pacifiers, but the pacifiers with cowls go on. Telecom Dragon's been back to the trial since he's 6th last time behind Champion Instinct. Awesome Treasure has the blinkers off. Call Me Glorious and Gale Saga and Link and Sunny the Best are all on debut. Top Peak has finished down the track at the trial since his last start. Spicy Gold gets another good draw, and Urban Triumph has the addition of a hood in this 5th race. Where's Geneva end up here? Paul up outside the speed with Call Me Glorious showing plenty of toe in his trials.
He has. I think he can lead on debut. Spicy Gold went forward last time from a good draw. He's got a good draw once again. Awesome Treasure likes to go forward, but he just might be caught wide. Link is on debut, and he's shown a bit of pace in his trials as well, as has Sunny the Best, so he's not going to be too far away. Hickory Victory will go back. He hasn't shown too much early speed.
Geneva beaten on debut last time as favourite, but you'd expect that he would have come on from this run. He's been back to the trials. He is a fair lump of an animal.
He's a big boy, isn't he? And look, he went and learned a lot from this. The trial was really good as well. So he's improved, I think, from it. There was a bit of support from here on debut as well. Geneva, he started a 1.9 favourite. So he was there was plenty of confidence around him on his debut run. And he ran well. Look, there was nothing. If he was a 20 to 1 chance, you say, oh, this is a fantastic run. Maybe slightly disappointed he didn't get his nose in front as a 1.9 favourite. But in saying that, I think he can win this race. So a good run from him.
He won that trial beating Hong Kong Hall following that race, scored by a short head under a really good hold in it. Spicy Gold, he runs 3rd here. He's only lightly raced. He's up outside the leader, turning for home. Parterre ends up coming back on the inside and worrying him out of it after he hits the lead midway down the straight.
Looked the winner, didn't he? He's only had the 3 starts here. He's by So You Think. So in time, I think you're going to see him a lot better over a lot longer, the source, once he steps up to 14 and 16. He had every chance to win, but these two did sort of battle it out here in this early stages. He did fade for 3rd in the end. But look, it was still a good run from him. I'm going to include him, but just on a monoline.
And first start form around Call Me Glorious, who we saw on the speed map leading up. Sunny the Best runs 3rd. He's been hard ridden in a few of his trials, but Call Me Glorious, he's won 4 of his 5 trials so far.
Look good. He's trialled well in all of them. He's by No Nay Never the source. He's drawn 10. That's just the query. He's going to have to work a little bit to get across. But he's shown really good gate speed in these trials and has led in most of them. So I do expect him to get to the front. It's just how much work he's going to have to do to get there. He seems to have the wood over the other horse here, which is Sunny the Best. As you say, he was pushed out a little bit in the trial. But look, he's trialled okay, Sunny the Best, but Call Me Glorious has trialled a lot better.
There he is, hitting the line down the Sha Tin straight over the 1,000 metres. Are we going Swiss?
Yep, we're going to go with Geneva there. Switzerland, very neutral, but I think he can win, so he's on top to beat Call Me Glorious. Spicy Gold and Telecom Dragon, the other one. Look, he's a one-time winner from his 7 starts, but very consistent. He's come out of some pretty strong form races as well, in particular behind Kaying Rising and Storm Rider. So 6, 7, 13 and 4.
And Geneva to win race number 5, the first leg of the 6 Up. Barriers placed at the 1400 metres for race number 6, and we have second to none with a wider draw at the top of the book. Circuit Mighty, 3-time winner this grade and course and distance. Top scorer, 3 starts for 3 placings. Panda Legend carries an extra £6 for his last start win. Aero Invincible on debut has had the 4 trials. We've got Rainbow Delight, pacifiers with the cows off. Blinkers go on, Smart Fighter's drawn a gate. Loyal Bobo had some luck last time and ran second to Ace Victory. And Ninja Derby's now with Tony Cruz, who's given him 2 trials, also removed the crossover noseband and added a tongue tie. Where's Smart Fighter going to end up this week, Paul? Because barrier number 3 is so much better than recent wider gates that he has had.
He's going to get a nice run, I thought. He likes to race on the pace, but he can get cover there just in behind. I think he's going to get a perfect run. Ballistic win from his wide draw and Loyal Bobo. They're both drawn wide. I think the 2 of them will probably try and come across together. Foremost Teddy sort of went forward on his debut run. He might be caught wide. Then Smart Fighter, Aero Invincible showing a bit of pace in his trials. The one I'm a little bit worried about, I'm not sure about, is second to none, because he's gone forward in a couple from low draws. He's drawn 11 now, but there's so much pace underneath him.
And first time at 1400 metres also for second to none. Karis Teaton is our man to kick off this race preview, and he talked to Nick about Smart Fighter.
Karis, Smart Fighter is a horse you're going to ride for the 3rd time this weekend. Went very close on him last time over course and distance.
Yes, Nick, he ran a good race last time. With the gate, we got course 3 deep, no cover, and I thought it was a great run. He boxed on nicely all the way to a line, so this time with the gate will make a big difference.
Yeah, it certainly will. Obviously, the gate you mentioned, obviously being 3, so going from 11 to 3 certainly is a big plus.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big helpful. He hasn't been pretty lucky with the draw in his last few runs, so I think with that draw, it's just gonna give him a soft run. It's gonna save so much energy. He's knocking on the door. He's running well. He's fit and well, so looking forward to riding him with.
He's got some form around some okay sort of horses, actually. There was a run when second off of 51 behind Noble Pursuit, and he beaten a neck. He runs off 50 here, so he does look very well placed.
Yeah, like I said, he just needs things to go his way a bit. Ricky have the horse in good shape, so yeah, it's gonna be a nice race for him.
Karis talking about Smart Fighter. We move on. Speaking of unlucky horses, Paul, this is another one, Loyal Bobo, although things much more going his way this day on the inside. Second to none, was sent out a 2.3 favourite in this race, followed Loyal Bobo, but as close as he got was 1.5 off the winner, and finished in 3rd place.
Yeah, look, I thought he had his opportunity, second to none. He's got to carry the big weight from a wide draw, so there's some queries for him. But look, a good run here from Loyal Bobo. He couldn't quite pick up the winner here, which was Ace Victory, who had all the favours in front. So I'm going to go, of the 2, I'm going to put Loyal Bobo in rather than second to none. I'm just worried about him from the wide draw. But Loyal Bobo stayed on nicely there.
Ace Victory, and later on the program goes back up in grade on the back of that win. Now, top scorer, Paul, he's done everything so far other than win a race. He's had 3 starts, 3 placings, 2 seconds, and this 3rd last time behind Sunlight Power. He does draw out again, barrier 12 in this race, barrier 10 in the upcoming event.
The problem with this was they went slow as well. So he actually came off a slow pace and sprinted really well. So it made the run even better from top scorer. It's whether he's going to get the pace once again in this race. But I think he will, because there are a few horses that do like to go forward. So, look, as you say, he's close to a win, this horse. And you wouldn't begrudge him. He did run second behind second to none 2 starts ago.
He did, but is this his race where he breaks through top scorer?
Yeah, I think it could well be. So he's on top. But look, I do like the second horse as well, Smart Fighter. I think he's a good opportunity to get his debut run. Now he's got a draw. Panda Legend won really nicely at his last start, and Loyal Bobo, 3:10, 4:12.
It is Zach Purton and John Size for Paul to win race number 6. Race number 7, Group 1 racing with the City Hong Kong Gold Cup, and start time for the feature is 4:05 with Romantic Warrior looking to go one better than when he ran second to Golden 60 last year. Voyage Bubble won the Stewards Cup Group 1 last time. Beauty Joy's trialled really well since we saw him running third in the Stewards Cup. Sword Point jumps up from the 1800 to the 2000 metres. Money Catcher has placed 4 from 8 course and distance. Nimble Nimbus Group 3 Centenary Vase winner last time over the 1800. And Senor Toba, visor off, the blinkers go back on. Barry number 11, Paul, that's the tricky part for Romantic Warrior with this shortish run to the first turn, but he does have one of the best in the business on board.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do. Look, Money Catcher will go forward. There's no question. That's what he likes to do. He can lead over 2,000 metres easy. Encountered is drawn nicely, so he's going to get a trail in behind. Sword Point from 5 will want to go forward. Voyage Bubble from 7 should be able to get in just in behind. Champion Dragon's drawn wide, so he'll come across. So now that could give Romantic Warrior a bit of cover there. Wide. Romantic Warrior is going to try and slot in, but I don't think Zach will let him in on Voyage Bubble, so we'll see where he does end up.
Talking about Zach, here he is with Nick talking Voyage Bubble.
Yeah, well, he's had one start at the track and distance for a nice win in the Derby, and he's still lightly raced. He's progressive, he's on the way up, and he's an exciting horse for the future here in Hong Kong. He gets his chance against our best mile and a quarter horse. You know, they're both drawn a little bit awkwardly, so they're both going to need a little bit of luck. I haven't spoken to Ricky about how he'd like me to ride the horse yet, but it's a nice pickup ride, and hopefully I can make the most of it.
Let's go back and look now at Romantic Warrior. Paul, this is the Longines Hong Kong Cup last time, and this is on the A course this day, so the run to the first turn is going to be a little bit shorter than this even with the rail out further. Money Catcher gets across. Nimble Nimbus has gone on to win a Group 3 race since this one. And Romantic Warrior is able to slot in just there as Straight Aaron dives down to the fence. And Luxembourg going to follow Romantic Warrior from this stage. So things panned out perfectly for Romantic Warrior going through the first 400 metres or so of this race. Didn't pan out as well for Straight Aaron in the home straight. He was a bit unlucky.
Yeah, he didn't get a run really at the right time. Once he got out, he did finish off the race nice. You can see him going 3 or 4 wide round the turn here. Romantic Warrior, he's going to have horses on his inside like Champion Dragon. Voyage Bubble's going to be there this time. That's what might make it a bit harder. Nimble Nimbus on his inside, he's going to be there as well. Sword Point was a little bit further back. I think they'll be a little bit more aggressive with him, and that might make it a little bit harder as well, because he's drawn nicely in barrier number 5. Now you can see once he got into the clear Straight Aaron, he did finish off the race strongly enough. Whether he would have won, that's up to debate. I don't think he probably would have, but he got reasonably close anyway, and it was still a good run from him. But Romantic Warrior, he's our best horse over the 2,000 metres here in Hong Kong.
He is indeed. He's had 2 trials, Paul, since we last saw him. This is the one that was closest to the race on Sunday. 6th of February is the date. He sat wide throughout, Hugh Bowman on board, and just bowls around that last turn. He just does it so very well.
Yeah, really easy trial from him, and he won it well. Look, he's in really good fettle, as you'd expect. It's been a really good training performance from Danny Shum, because he peaked him for the Cox Plate. He peaked him once again, and he's trying to peak him again for another Group 1. But the way he's going, you think he's done a great job with it. And he went to the line hard held, so a really good trial from him.
Excellent run home there from Romantic Warrior over the 1600 on the turf at Sha Tin. We've heard from Zachary Voyage Bubble. Back to the Stewards Cup we go now, and he's proven that he's the heir apparent over the mile to Golden 60 here. Straight Aaron runs 6th. He'll appreciate the step up in distance. Beauty Joy, his trial was very good since this race, but his form hasn't been too bad on race day either. Voyage Bubble back to the 2000 for just the second time, though.
Yeah, in which he won the Derby from the back as well. Look, Voyage Bubble, he ran really nicely in this race. He's definitely got the wood on the other 2. Beauty Joy, it's just what you get on the day with him, because he can be a bit of a monkey, this horse, but a really nice win from Voyage Bubble. Romantic Warrior will know he's been to the races.
He sure will, and plenty of horses backing him also from the Centenary Vase. Nimble Nimbus wins this race. 5G Patch runs second. He won't mind the step up to 2,000 metres. Straight Aaron third, but we're going to focus on Encountered here. He ends up running 8th, but he had just traffic everywhere in front of him.
Yeah, look, he didn't get a run at all, unfortunately, for Encountered. So forget that he went around in this particular race. The 2,000 metres, I think it'll be okay for Encountered. He's only been there once, and that was the Derby. So, look, you can see him. He was just swinging on him all the way down the straight and didn't get a run whatsoever. So, look, I think he's a legitimate chance. He's a Group 3 winner already this season. Nimble Nimbus, he ran really nice. He had the race run to suit and came down the outside and run well. And the other one, Straight Aaron, again, he ran really well, Straight Aaron. And the thing with him is he comes into this, meets Nimble Nimbus a lot better on the weights.
And as a breakdown for the City Hong Kong Gold Cup, will it be Romantic Warrior?
Looks that way. Between him and Voyage Bubble, they're the two clear standouts here. One to beat two, and then I put in Counted in and ahead of Straight Aaron, but it could either be the other way around. 1, 2, 6, 3.
A Romantic Warrior to grab the City Hong Kong Gold Cup for Paul and win place number 7. Race number 8 is mile racing. Once again, quite a few races over the longer distances at this meeting. It's a Class 3 with the Beauty Live on the class drop, and he races pretty well this grade too. 3 from 5 he has won. Karma steps from the 14 to the 1600 metres. Beauty Fitz placed 6 from 10 this season. Sweetbriar, first time at the mile for him. Friend Tank has the hood coming off. So too does Silver Up number 9. Beato was able to get the job done at his second start over 1600 last start. And Murado yet to show much past 1400 metres and is eligible for top of Class 4. Turn the page to the speed map here, Paul, and Friend Tank, he is the leader. He raced not too long ago. 7-day backup for him off the all-weather. Yeah, and he doesn't mind backing them up, does Pyong. He's got pretty good stats along those backup horses as well. So, look, he's a horse that can go forward. Sweetbriar can get himself into a nice run. Universal Horizon. 18 Carat went better at his last start. Silver Up. Little Fighter will need some luck. And Karma is a big boy, so even though he's 3 wide, with the cover, it should suit him. Right, we'll get more from Paul shortly. Firstly, though, Nick is back to talk to Zach Purton, re Beato.
Zach, big weekend of racing coming up, of course. You've got some choice rides, notably in the Group 1, but some of those rides on the undercard look good, and Beato was a horse that you got the win on last time.
Yeah, he's sort of threatened to do that for a while, hasn't he? With his racing style, getting back. He's been quite unlucky a few times, but getting to the mile in a race where he got a little bit of cover and was able to get into a nice rhythm, we really started to see what he's made of, and hopefully he can go on with it now.
On what you would have seen, I know you've only ridden him over the mile, but he always looked like the type of horse that was crying out for this trip, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. You could see 12 months ago that he was going to be a horse that might have been better when he got over further, and it just took a while for Tony to get him into the right frame of mind or physical state to be able to do it. He took his time with him, but the first time we tried the mile, things didn't go right at Sha Tin. Obviously, he tried it at the Valley, but Sha Tin, he just raced a bit fierce without cover in a slowly run race. But the next time when he got cover, it all fell into place for him, and he did a good job.
You've tried him since as well. He ran home nicely in that try. He looks to be holding his form well.
Yeah, exactly. He was beaten for speed early, but he did what we wanted him to do, and he finished it off nicely, and he seems like he's a happy horse.
Hopefully he'll make the lightweight worth it.
Yeah, so I got to lose a couple of pounds.
Zach off to do some work and lose those couple of pounds for Beato. Sweetbriar, Paul, he's a horse that's pretty consistent. He's had the 9 starts, 2 wins, 4 thirds. Lyle Hewitts and Francis Lloyd. Good draw barrier number 4. Extra distance this week too. Good thing or a bad thing for him?
I think it's good for him. He's by Sham Express, so there shouldn't be a problem for him. Drawn nicely in barrier 4. Thought he could get into the 1-1 and just get himself into a nice position. You can see the way he races here. Looks like the extra distance will suit him. He sort of got a little bit of staying there. So as such, he goes in the numbers for me. I think he's going to be in exactly the right place.
It's a good report for Sweetbriar. Green and White, who wins the race, runs in race number 10. Zoom Boom is the one that finishes the closest in this replay, but the horse we're going to focus on is the one that runs 6th, 18 Carat. 2 starts, ran last on debut, beaten 13 lengths behind Fallon, raced wide, then runs 6th here, beaten 2.5 behind California Voce, drew barrier 3, comes up with barrier number 3 again, and you like the way he's gone about his business between starts 1 and 2. Yeah,
he's really improved, and I think he's improved again. It was 100-1 both starts. I hope he's 100-1 once again on Sunday, because I'm going to make him the long shot for the meeting. I just really like the way he finished off here, and you can see him go back to the inside there and finished off quite strongly. So, look, we'll take a chance with him at a big price.
Right, there it is, your on-top selection for race 8.
Yeah, 18 carat. Let's hopefully we can get the gold with him, and hopefully we get plenty of it as well at a big price, 18 carat. So he goes on top here. In there for second, we've got the 12, which is Beato. We heard from Zach there. Karma, the big boy, I think he can run on nicely, and Sweet Bro will be in the right position. 7, 12, 3 and 6.
And if you're a triple punter, race number 8 is the first leg. A promising horse headlines race number 9 in Gorgeous Win, but it certainly doesn't end there. It's a 1200 metre class 3 with Campione having the visor coming off. Enterprise Tacky's last start was his first in 8 months. Gorgeous Win carries an extra £10 for the last start win. Fashion Legend back in trip. Pins Prince is a 2-time course and distance winner. Sunny Darling has the visor and the tongue tie going on. Parterre, last start winner in Class 4, goes back up in grade. Run Ren Run, raced under the same name in Ireland, won over the 1000 and the 1200 at the Curragh. And Ruby Lots had 3 starts, course and distance for 3 placing. Draws nicely in barrier number 1 too, with just £118 on his back. But this likely favourite, Paul Gorgeous Win, may have the pace to get in front of Ruby Lot.
I think he does. Ruby Lot has been going back over 1,000 metres, so he steps back to the 1,200 metres. So that's just a query, but I think Ruby Lot would be more than happy to sort of settle midfield because he's been racing really well from the back. Ace Victory led all the way last up, as did Parterre. Campione likes the lead. Metro Warriors, 1,000 metre specialist, so there'll be pace in this race.
Zach Purton is back talking to Nick around Gorgeous Win.
Zach, Gorgeous Win is a horse who's progressing extremely well at the moment. Got another win on the board last time at the expense of 80 light years. He's certainly going the right way.
Yeah, well, the form around 80 light years is quite strong. He's a consistent performer and a good yardstick, and I thought we handled him quite comfortably last time. He just got into a nice rhythm. He's got a nice gait to be able to do the same thing again. Like you said, he's a progressive horse, and Danny's just taken his time with him. He hasn't been in a rush with him at all. He's allowed him just to develop and improve as we go through his prep, and I'm expecting him to run well again.
Yeah, he strikes me, Zach, as the type of horse that certainly, you know, I say we, but you and the team haven't really got to the bottom of. I mean, last time out it was more or less a hands and heels job, and he had them comfortably hard.
Well, he can try and do a bit too much. He can be a bit strong, especially in the mornings, and in a couple of his races he's wanted to charge along. So spacing his runs and just giving him a little bit of time to relax between them and mentally try and get him to go the right way has been helpful so far, but it never gets easy when you start to get to the rating that he's on, having to carry weight against these types of horses, and then if he happens to go up into the next class, it's another challenge again. But he's a horse that I feel has got a little bit more there, and you know, Danny's doing a good job with him.
I guess the counteract to that as well could be the good draw in 3, so that certainly does you a few favours.
It does, and he's got good gate speed, so he'll just put himself into the right spot and hopefully get the job done again.
Gorgeous Win is going to have to beat the following horses, Paul. Ace Victory on the downgrade last time, carried big weight to win this. He goes up into a much harder race, however. He did run 4th behind Wunderbar in a really strong form race in his last go in this class, so there is something there with him.
No, there is. There definitely is. And look, he did have the race run to suit. There's no questions here, but there was a lot of money for him this day as well. He came right in. Look, I'm going to include him on a minor line. He's drawn barrier 10, so he might just have to work to try and get across Parterre or get up alongside him. But look, he's going well. And I thought he won with plenty in hand in this race. It was a nice, strong win from him, and he did carry the big weight as well.
He gets in with just £123 on his back after Jerry takes a couple off for the rise in grade. This horse, Ruby Lot's been back to the 1,000 at his last 2. Excellent winner 2 starts ago. He's last here, but runs on for 3rd. Back to the 1,200 metres. He's had 3 starts at the trip for 3 placings. He's quite smart too, this horse, isn't he?
He is. Look, he's drawn 1 as well. Look, I think he'll settle midfield. The horse in front of him, Victory Moments, came out and won on the weekend as well. So, look, there's some good form that's come out of this race already, and you can see him coming off this pace and finishing off really strong. He had to be pushed right back towards the inside of the track as well. So this race was full of merit, and prior to this he'd run really well. So he's a horse in good form at the moment. I'm going to include him.
Okay, so he goes in, as does Ace Victory, we heard also. But can Gorgeous Win lump the extra 10 pounds and be too good again?
I think he can. He's a very progressive horse, and he goes on top. Gorgeous Win from the good draw. I'm going to put Prawns 11 in. I'd actually put him in on a minor line on debut as well, and he didn't get the clearest of runs behind Illuminous, who's running in the next race. So 3, 10, 14 and 7 for me.
Gorgeous Win to beat Struth, Prawns 11, who had form at Kalgoorlie in Australia. But Gorgeous Win to carry on his winning way in race number 9. The last race on City Hong Kong Gold Cup Day is race number 10, and they jump away at 5:50 from the 1400 metre start point. Tamra Blitz is a 3-time course and distance winner. Young Champion goes from the 12 to the 1400 metres. Green and White carries an extra £6 for his last start win. Majestic Colour first start for Mark Newnham, visor off, blinkers go on. He's been given 2 trials. Illuminous carries an extra £8 for his debut win in Hong Kong. Summit Impact and Sunstrider make their debuts. Lost Child wears blinkers once again. Sugarball is eligible for the top of Class 4. Few newcomers here, Paul. In the last, they have raced overseas. Both Summit Cheers and also Sunstrider. Fun together, wide draw, but you do think he has the pace to cross them all?
I think he has. Look, there doesn't seem to be another leader in the race except for Majestic Colour, who's drawn the inside. So maybe he's an alternative leader, but between the two of them, Young Champion is up and trippy, should be able to put himself in the race. Green and White, Tamra Blitz. The other horses, Sunstrider and Summit Impact, those two you mentioned, they haven't really shown too much pace, so I think they'll go back. Illuminous might have to go back from his draw as well. He's drawn 11.
Here is Karis with Nick to talk more about Illuminous after that first start win.
Karis, Illuminous is a nice ride for you on the Gold Cup undercard. 1 from 1 so far. That was a really taking performance on debut.
Yeah, Nick, he's actually a lovely little horse. I thought his first win was a nice win. He did it nicely. Took a narrow gap in the straight, but he was very brave.
It looked, Karis, watching it back, that once he came off the bridle sort of earlier than some, but you sort of had to make his mind up for him. But once he got into top gear, he obviously found a good turn of foot to win.
Yeah, into the home straight, when as soon as I put pressure on him, he actually started to get on the bridle pretty quickly, and I ran out of room, so I had to wait a little bit. And there was a tiny little gap where I actually forced him through that. And like I said, he was very brave to sort of go through. And if I'm not mistaken, he got a smack from James because we were so tight, and it did not bother him. He went through with it. So he's a tough little horse, and I think there's a lot of improvement to come.
He's a tough little horse. There isn't much of him, so I guess going through the gaps makes life a bit easier. He's going up in trip as well now, 12 to 14. He was a mile winner in Australia, so this should suit, shouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. You know, he's in the target to go for the Derby, so Frankie's gonna have to try pick up the distance a bit, and so he's gonna have to try the 1400. I think, you know, from that draw, it's gonna be okay because he's gonna give himself a chance. And like I said, if he shows the same turn of foot as last time, and if he can switch it off, he'll be a big runner again.
And did you always expect that? I mean, you did trial him before his debut win. Would he have shown all the right signs to you as a rider?
Yeah, his last trial I did on him on the all-weather track, he gave me a really good feel. All his trial, he gave me a good feel, but in his last trial, he showed me that he's got a nice turn of foot. So yeah, he gave me a good feel, and let's just hope he keep progressing.
That's Karis talking Illuminous. We're moving on to some winning form now, Paul. We'll roll this from the 600 metre mark with Fun Together outside the leader in this race. Amazing Duck is in front of him at this stage. Amazing Victories on the inside. Green and White wins it. Tamra Blitz, he's just been a little disappointing at his last two after showing some good form to start the season. But Green and White victorious. He's now won 3 from 5 course and distance and bounced back from just a fair run behind Fun Together 2 starts ago. Amazing Victory doesn't get much room here.
No, so both they go in for me. I thought Amazing Victory and Green and White. Green and White came down the outside, and this was quite a strong race, and he did win it really nicely, I thought. So, yeah, he definitely goes in for me. And as you say, there was no luck for Amazing Victory. He's trialled well since as well. So I think both these two are legitimate chances. They're both good chances in this race.
Hugh Bowman rides Amazing Victory for Chris So this week. More race day form, this time from Flagship Warrior over 1600. So he's coming back in distance, which has not been his friend so far, but from barrier number 2 might get a chance to rectify that somewhat.
Yeah, look, he did win over 1,200, so he's coming back to the 1,400 metres. He's just a one-time winner here in Hong Kong from his 11 starts. He finished off this race strongly, and I'm going to put him in on the minor line, Flagship Warrior. I thought it was, again, a nice enough run. Of course, he finished off really nicely here. So, look, he's definitely going to get his chance.
That's a good report for the Casper Founds. Alexi Bedell combination with Flagship Warrior. And finally, some trial form around these ones. Fun Together, he runs second. He's had a good season. Young Champion runs third after that sassy debut. Yeah,
really good debut run from Young Champion, and as such, I quite like him in this particular contest. He wasn't really let go. Up to 1,400 looks ideal. He's come on for that run, and he would have learned a lot here. This is only his first run in Hong Kong. He's raced overseas in the past, and look, I just like the way he finished off in this trial. So a good trial from him, I thought.
Report for Young Champion. Beauty Eternal's the horse that wins that trial, but it's all about getting that experience in Hong Kong, and you think that'll be the factor with Young Champion.
Yeah, you need that experience, and he's on top there. He was quite expensive, I think, as a horse coming in, was a Young Champion, but he's on top, green and white, in there for second. Amazing Victory, didn't have much luck, and then Flagship Warrior. So 4, 5, 3 and 8, but do like the 4 in this.
Race 10, number 4, 10-4, Big Buddy to wrap up the race-by-race preview here for Sha Tin on the weekend. A+3, Group 1 racing, the first at 1 o'clock local time.